Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, for the first time since the United States World Cup roster was revealed. The men's national team that's going to be representing the Stars and Stripes on the world's biggest stage this summer, getting a tough tune-up today against Senegal. For Mauricio Pochettino, this is the first of two friendlies the U.S. has remaining before the Americans' World Cup journey kicks off in just 12 days. You are watching the AT&T pregame show. Perched high above Bank of America Stadium is where you will find myself, Sara Walsh, alongside DaMarcus Beasley, Brian Dunseth, Kyle Martino, and Brad Guzan in a city that is ready to party, decked out. Kyle sprang for the nosebleeds today for us.
All right, guys, I just wanted you to have a view of Charlotte, and isn't it beautiful?
It is a beautiful.
He's already wants one of those long sleeve shirts, I could tell.
I need a towel for my head right now.
You do.
I am sweating up here.
Put the sunscreen on.
They're going to be challenged by the sun. The U.S. has a real challenge against a higher-ranked team from Senegal today. And then, oh, by the way, you get Germany in your final tune-up. That happens in Chicago next weekend. But Pochettino is going to tell you this isn't about those teams. This is about the United States putting the finishing touches on a long journey to get to what is, Kyle, a monumental time for soccer in this country.
It's been a long journey, but it's here. I mean, a World Cup cycle is about two wishes. The first is qualify and get there. And because that was granted to us already by being the host, I feel like U.S. soccer fans have been dealing with like a trick birthday candle ever since then, you know, making wish after wish after wish until we got to the second big wish, and that's really for the players, like to make it to one. So the roster's been announced. You know, that dream that every player has when they first get to put on a U.S. jersey is to make it to that moment. So, I mean, it's here, and I'm excited to see what players with their last two games do to try to edge into the biggest thing you wish for, which is start a World Cup match.
Yeah, but look, I think, and to your point, Kyle, your last comments, I think these games are tricky. You touched on, obviously, they're playing Senegal, they played Germany, but these games are about getting players minutes and obviously having a little confidence before you go to the World Cup. But I just want to tell you a little story. In 2014, when I was starting left back before the World Cup in Brazil, and we had 3 send-off matches. One against Azerbaijan. Did I say that right, B? Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan.
Close enough.
Turkey, and Nigeria. And Jurgen sat me in his office. He came to me and told me, and I was starting left back then. He said, Bees, you're not going to start every match. You're not going to play every match. So just understand that and be ready. But I wasn't starting left back. So in those times, against the first match, I played 45 minutes. I didn't even play against Turkey. And then I played 75 minutes against Nigeria. So when people, especially everyone out there, you're thinking you're going to see maybe our first 11, they're going to play, speculate, they're going to play 75 minutes to 80 minutes to that's not going to happen. These send-off games are to get players minutes, obviously get everyone on the same fitness level because they're coming off different places and different parts of the world. So don't think you're going to see our starting 11, maybe against Germany, but today it's about getting guys minutes, getting guys comfortable, and getting guys confident before they head to the World Cup.
You cannot eliminate risk, but he's certainly going to try to mitigate it with what you see on the field today. You could say that there are players that have been waiting for this for the last 4 years. Half of the players on this roster are returning from the last World Cup, but the reality is there's plenty of guys on this list who have been waiting for this their entire life. You look at this 26-man roster announced this weekend for all the projections, guys, and we were a part of it, and reading between the lines of every move that Pochettino has made over the last 3 years. You guys have now had a couple of days to process his final decision. What do you think of his chosen 26?
I think he chose the best group of players that he feels that's going to help him navigate. And listen, we can talk about the margins, and for us, it's marginal when we talk about Tessman and Luna and Aiden Morris, but for them, the consequences are missing out on a World Cup. We know Ajiman's injured, we know Johnny's injured, but overall, when you look at this group, what are we talking about? We're talking about the effectiveness. And in these two games, Brad, we were having a conversation of how do you look for what is the idea of success individually, success collectively, but then with the bigger goal of that game against Paraguay in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, I'm excited for this group. I'm excited because of the word that Kyle, you mentioned, Bees, you mentioned, but it's confidence. It's confidence going into this game to be able to build that chemistry, to build that understanding of how Pochettino wants the team to play come kickoff against Paraguay in the first game of the World Cup. And today is an opportunity to do just that. It's not going to be about the starting 11. It's not going to be about, am I starting? Am I coming on? What does that look like? It's going to be about confidence, and whether it's it's for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever it is, you want guys to leave here feeling confident.
Pochettino was hired just over 20 months ago for this moment in time to take this team to the World Cup, and that time is upon us. Melissa Ortiz caught up with Pochettino just a little while ago.
Mauricio, you said that one of your goals is for all players to arrive safely tonight after the game. How do you balance getting a high performance to prepare for the World Cup, but also protecting the players from risk?
Yes, I think we need to play very focused and concentrate on the game, thinking to try to perform. And then it's our decision to manage well, the load and try to, to maybe to share with nearly the whole roster all the game.
You said this is an opportunity to build confidence to go into the World Cup. What do you want to see out of your players today against Senegal?
Yeah. Confidence and of course our fitness and in the way that we want to play. I think it's important. I think we are going to face a very good team, Senegal, that like I said yesterday, I don't know if they're the world champion or not, the champion, of Africa Cup nation or not, but I think they are a very good team. They have a very good player. I know very well the players. Yes, it's going to be tough. That is good for us to test.
Thank you, Mauricio.
You're welcome.
You talked about he wants confidence, and you, DaMarcus, talked about the fact that he's not going to just come out with his starting 11. They're not going to get 90 today and 90 next week. And Kyle, I know before we came on air, we were talking about consistency. Has whatever his starting 11 is, what concerns do you have for their ability to get consistency together before this World Cup kicks?
I mean, listen, no one's more qualified to talk about it than Bees. Has been at 4 World Cups, and every World cycle is a little bit different. This World Cup cycle is unlike anything we've ever seen before. And 94 didn't have to qualify, but obviously a very different modern world here. And I just think Bees is probably right managed minutes. Weston's been playing a lot. We know Chris coming back in the team. There's little injuries. You want everyone to get there at peak performance. But what I'm a little bit worried about is we may see the starting 11 for the first time in this World Cup cycle in the first match against Paraguay. And I don't know, that makes me a little uncomfortable.
Is that crazy to you? That sounds crazy to me when you say it.
Yeah, well, I'll
Make
say
it not crazy, Bees.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, I just go back to my own experience against Nigeria, which is our last send-off match before we played against Ghana in 2014 in Brazil. That was, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was our 99% of our team that started against Ghana, against Nigeria. So maybe we see that, what you're talking about, Kyle, against Germany in Chicago, a team that he thinks that's going to start against Paraguay in the first match of the World Cup. But I don't think today we're going to see that.
And he knows his 11. Don't take this to think he's
Yeah.
working guys out and trying to field things. He knows he's already got it basically in pen who he wants to start in that Paraguay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but for me, it's
Don't you want to see it?
Yeah, of
before-
course, but it is normal to do things this way. It is normal to give guys 45 minutes, 60 minutes. You're not going to see players playing 75, 80 minutes. The team that he thinks is going to start that first World Cup match, you're just not going to see it. It hasn't happened. And I can only speak from my experience because I was just starting left back in 2014, and it didn't happen to me.
But also from a competitive advantage standpoint, right? Like, you're not trying to give away too much to Paraguay,
Exactly.
who we just played them recently, right? We know what that game is going to entail. From a competitive standpoint, they're certainly looking at that saying
There's going to be no tape on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
You know,
I see your
they don't want
point,
to give
though.
too much away.
I see your point.
I mean, it's a unique
Yeah.
situation.
I also think the reality is with no Chris Richards, he's already made some adjustments to his starting 11. He's going to be thinking about player health versus player risk. To your point, he already said he doesn't want to give too much away to Paraguay with what they're trying to do. But ultimately, I think he's looking for the margins. He's thinking about the pairings. He's just making sure that maybe the thought process behind the scenes is applicable to what he's seeing on the field.
We're going to talk more about Chris Richards and what that means for this team. And then, of course, there was another storyline this week, and we are at the time of year for soccer, especially in this country. Everything is going to be blown up into massive headlines, and the focus is on the World Cup 12 days away for the U.S. But what's beyond this summer for Pochettino, that also is making headlines with reports potentially linking him to the AC Milan job. His contract with U.S. Soccer expires after this World Cup. That AC Milan would want Pochettino is no surprise to the U.S. Federation. JT Batson told The Athletic that when you have top-class talent, other organizations want them. Throughout this, Mauricio and team have been incredibly transparent. They have been great partners, and we are, of course, excited about the summer. And that is the statement for them. This comes out, DaMarcus, and you think, what if you are a player?
I don't see much into this. As a player, even as players, we look for the next opportunity. If your agent is doing their job, they're already looking for your next replacement, because I guarantee any club, as soon as you sign on a dotted line, they're looking for your replacement. I mean, I'm doing that with Fort Wayne now. I'm looking for 22 replacement players right now.
and the fact of the matter is, this has happened all the time. It's just you could keep the secret a little bit better in the past. This is not unprecedented. It's just, I think fans feed on drama, and at the beginning of the cycle, it was endless. You know, is Berhalter coming back? Is he staying? What's going on with Gio? All this stuff. And now that there's not a lot of drama, I think Pochettino not calling players. It's like everyone's just trying to find drama because there's not a lot that exists right now.
I feel like this only coincides with the departure of Matt Crocker. I think we all felt like Matt Crocker was going to be a part of this, or at least the building blocks of whatever foundational structure he was trying to build within U.S. soccer. But for me, it's a non-conversation. I never expected Mauricio Pochettino to be past the World Cup. And that's more of, I think, a compliment to what he's capable of doing, both domestic and international.
And doesn't his contract end?
His contract ends. And guess what? Any other normal job in the rest of the world, if your contract ends in a few weeks, you're going to start looking for a new job, right? And
if you have a bad World Cup,
other people are going to come.
Those jobs probably
come calling your name.
And it's not like Mauricio Pochettino went to Italy.
They've come to him.
They come to him,
knowing that his
agent has spoken to the club. It's not him going and sitting down with their chairman or their president and saying, okay, this might be something that I want to do after the World Cup. It's his agent. That's normal behavior.
Correct. Absolutely.
And U.S. Soccer will tell you this is not the first time it has happened, and that is a testament to the quality of a hire that they feel like they brought here. He said, they're telling us this is what people have wanted all along here for this federation, is to have a guy that everybody wants.
There's a handful of coveted jobs out there, and one of them is coming for one of the bigger name coaches in the world.
Who happens to be our national team coach.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Well, AC Milan is a place that Christian Pulisic knows very well. He shared the lead there this season in goals and assists. He will be on the pitch today, and he's going to join us for a walk and talk coming up. You are watching the AT&T pregame show. It's the United States and Senegal with a World Cup clock ticking.